911, do you have an emergency?
Today on Rescue 911, a lesson to learn.
I'll be careful.
A school stunt threatens to take the life of a young girl.
Her leg was bent upwards into the engine.
I just thought I was gonna lose her. I didn't want to lose her at all.
Plus, a New Year's miracle.
He said he couldn't breathe and he's 82 years old.
I said, hang in there. Don't move. Keep talking to us. Don't fall asleep.
On Rescue 911.
There are times when, even though we do our best, the choices we make leave us with painful regrets. We begin on September 17th, 1992, in Lamarck, Texas, where 16-year-old Julie Jones was looking after her two younger sisters, 10-year-old Sarah and 5-year-old Melissa, while their parents were out of town for the day.
How do you like your new car?
It's great. I had just gotten my license.
I'm so bad. Can't wait. Hey,
We went to go grab something to eat. And on the way back, Sarah asked me if she could ride on the hood of our car.
What? I don't think so.
Oh, please. I'll be really careful, I promise.
All the kids around here ride on the hoods of their cars. You see people at school, like in the parking lot, riding on the hoods of cars, and Sarah had seen them. She just wanted to try it.
Oh, please, you'll go really slow. I won't fall down.
At first, I didn't really want her to, but Sarah won't give up until she gets what she wants.
Well, let's wait till we get to our street.
Yes, thank you so much. I'll be careful. Okay, go, go. Hang on. All right.
And she was laughing and everything. She was having a fun time, and Melissa was laughing. She was looking in between the seats.
Hang on, Sarah. Go faster.
No.
There's a bump in the middle of the road, and I knew it was coming up soon.
Sarah! Sarah!
I just went into shock. I didn't know if she was hurt, if she was okay.
Sarah!
I just thought I was gonna lose her. I didn't want to lose her at all.
Is she okay? Sarah!
When we continue,
We're gonna get you out of there. Don't worry.
I was scared, and I thought they would never get her out, and I didn't want my sister to die.
when 10-year-old Sarah Jones fell underneath the car she'd been riding on, she was pinned to the road by the burning hot engine. While neighbor Juanita Bolton called 911, her husband Jim rushed out to help.
Sarah! It's okay, Sarah.
What happened?
I bent down knowing that I was going to see something I probably didn't want to see.
You're gonna be all right, baby.
And I seen then that it was Sarah.
Turn the engine up.
She was crying and probably in shock.
We're gonna get you out of there. We're gonna get you out of there. Hold on.
Her leg was bent upwards into the engine. I didn't see how her leg could even go in that position. That didn't look good.
Look out, baby. She's gonna be all right. We're gonna get her out of there.
The leg was up and turned and twisted. I knew that I couldn't pull her out myself. I knew that we was gonna have help and quick.
We're gonna get you out.
After calling 911, Juanita joined them.
I knew it was Sarah from her voice. Everyone around the neighborhood knew her. She was a very nice little girl, and everyone liked her.
Oh, yeah, there, baby, they're coming.
It had to be bad. I knew she was in pain. I couldn't see how she was hurt. I couldn't see much of anything. It's just her little head.
Within 5 minutes, Lamarck fire rescue units arrived on the scene, including EMT Bobby Doolittle.
Calm down, honey. Calm down.
I had never seen nobody trapped under a car like this. I looked at her leg and I saw her knee was jammed up between the transmission and the firewall, and the first thing I thought, how are we gonna get this kid out?
When Fire Chief Clark Kofer got to the scene, he took charge of the extrication.
My concern was what damage was done to her by the vehicle when it ran over her.
I felt like I wanted to go over there and pick up the car. But I couldn't. I knew I didn't have that much strength to help her.
I was scared. She was under there pretty tight, and I thought they would never get her out. And I didn't want my sister to die.
We couldn't move it forward, we couldn't move it back. We had to jack the car off of her. We're concerned that the little girl was probably burnt because of the engine block, and can get up to 1,200 degrees, cause a second, third degree burn rather quickly within 2 or 3 seconds.
Okay, baby. Come on, talk to me.
Her leg was up about the highest point that we was going to be able to jack the car up, so we started trying to see if maybe we could reach up there and just pull it.
Sarah had been pinned underneath the car for nearly 40 minutes when the Life Flight helicopter touched down at the scene. Flight nurse Maria McClure took over her care.
Guys, what do we got?
We have a female. Okay.
Okay, Sarah.
How you guys doing over there?
How you doing?
She was very scared, but she was being very brave.
Somebody had come up with the idea, let's get a syringe and put some jelly in it and put on her leg and see if maybe we can slide it down.
Bobby, here's your Vaseline. All right, give me one. All right, okay, baby. Okay, here we go.
Even though you normally would not put Vaseline on a burn because it could create additional bacteria, our major concern was getting her loose, getting her out, and then worrying about the care of the burn.
Got it, Bobby? Yeah, we got it. Let's try it.
Finally, we'd got enough up underneath it and it popped out.
All right, here it comes, here it comes.
The burn on her knee looked very bad, and I was afraid that she might have hidden injuries that could possibly kill her. So I wanted to get her to the hospital as soon as possible.
A neighbor got in touch with Sarah's parents, Jody and Randy Jones, and told them what had happened.
Being an EMT, I knew that Sarah was hurt bad simply because they called out Life Flight. We'd never call out Life Flight unless it's a very serious accident. I was scared to death. I literally started to prepare myself that she might not live.
Ten-year-old Sarah Jones was flown to the University of Texas Medical Branch at Galveston.
As I was watching the doctors examine her burns,
okay, looks like you've got a pretty good burn here. All right, let's check the pulses here. Sure.
And I realized the extent of the damage there, my heart was really breaking for this little girl. I knew what she would have to go through.
As soon as they got to the hospital, Randy and Jody were allowed to see their daughter.
I truly think that I know what a broken heart feels like because that's how I felt when I walked into that room and I saw Sarah. I can remember that feeling. It was a sinking feeling. It felt like it was just choked up right in my heart. I mean, my throat. It was just there. I couldn't hardly swallow. I couldn't hardly breathe.
She held my hand. She told me she loved me, and she was so sorry for doing that. She said, "I'm so sorry, Mom. I messed up. I'm so sorry."
It's okay.
I told her it was okay.
Come on, let's get in here and tell her hi.
I kept telling her that I loved her, and I didn't mean to hurt her. She said she knew, and she understood, and she loved me too. And she said it wasn't my fault. It was both of us.
Get the saline ready.
Come on now. They ran a bunch of tests, and they started ruling things out. They didn't think that her leg was broken. They ruled out any possible spinal injury, and I felt right then and there, just elated. I thought, we're going home tonight.
But instead, Sarah was transferred to nearby Shriners Burns Institute, where Dr. Robert McCauley took over her care.
She had what we would refer to as a fourth-degree burn, which involves not only the skin and subcutaneous tissues, but also there was damage to the tendons and the cartilage.
During the 2 months Sarah spent in the hospital, she had reconstructive surgery on her leg and knee and underwent 5 skin graft operations.
I would get off of the elevator, and I could hear her screaming all the way down the hall from them changing her bandages. It was very hard. I wanted to get back on that elevator and leave. But I couldn't. I wanted to be with her.
Hold it, Sarah.
Her physical therapy lasted another 6 months.
She never gave up. She always did exactly what the doctors asked her to do, always did exactly what I asked her to do. Sarah's an incredible fighter.
Come on, Sarah, you can do it, baby. You can do it. I got the strength from my dad because he encouraged me so much.
Show me how. Okay. Show me how.
All right. I told myself, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get this done just for my dad. And so, I tried my hardest.
Nearly 2 years have passed since the accident. Sarah's recovery has been painfully slow.
The doctors say that it's okay to do anything I want now. And so I'm gonna stretch my legs to the absolute limit. I'm gonna get back into sports, and I'm gonna get back into just having a great time with my family.
Sarah's doing everything that she did before, everything. She still has to wear her Jobs, which is a bodysuit that keeps the scarring down. She doesn't care. Sarah wore shorts the first day of school so that everybody could see her legs and see the Jobs, ask questions, and get it over with and get it behind her.
Come on.
I'm so grateful to all the people that helped me. And if there's anything that they ever need done, they could come to me and ask me if I could help them. Naughty Nicky thought he could do anything he wanted. Whenever he was asked to do something he hated. I'll go back to Shriners and read to the children, and I'll play games with them, and I'll encourage them to walk because I can tell them I've been through it too.
I thought it was funny, and you didn't even know that I did it. I was pretty secretive.
Riding on the hood of a car may look fun, but you could die, you could lose a leg or an arm. In fact, you might be paralyzed for the rest of your life.
Next.
What's wrong? He told me that he can't catch his breath, he can't move, and he sounded like he was wheezing a lot. I was worried because I knew that you shouldn't breathe like that.
We begin on December 31st, 1992, in the small town of Dingman's Ferry, Pennsylvania. Sisters Melissa and Tina Erb were spending their New Year's Eve at the home of Tina's best friend, 14-year-old Danielle Malley, while her parents were at a party up the street.
We were sitting watching TV and talking, and we had nothing to do.
Mom and Dad were at a New Year's Eve party with their friends.
It was a boring night, so I told my sister to call one of my friends.
What's the telephone number?
555-626.
10-year-old Melissa went to call on the portable phone.
Did she do everything you tell her to do? So is Tamara there? Tamara? I got the wrong telephone number. I got this old man who was breathing heavy. I was gonna hang up, but I had a feeling that something was wrong. What's wrong? He told me that he can't catch his breath, he can't move, and he sounded like he was wheezing a lot. I was worried because I knew that you shouldn't breathe like that.
She wasn't getting the friend that we wanted to call.
Do you want us to call ambulance?
And when she said ambulance, I was like, oh my God, what happened?
Yes? Teenage guy had to tell us that they can't breathe. Hello?
I asked him what was wrong, and I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Do you want us to call the ambulance?
They were all going crazy, so I took the telephone away from Danielle.
Do you want us to call the ambulance?
Hello? What's wrong? He sounded like he was in trouble, and he needed help really quick. So I knew I had to do something. I couldn't just, hang up the telephone and just leave him there.
Where do you live?
And I got where he lived, what road he lived on, and how old he was and all that.
We told him to stay by the telephone because we were going to call the ambulance. So we hung up with him, and we just all went crazy. We were yelling at each other what to do and everything.
Do you know the guard check number?
No.
Everybody says to get the emergency numbers and put it by your telephone, but I never did because I never thought this would happen.
So it's in the back, right?
No.
Maybe in the front. Here it is.
Pike County Emergency. We were just calling somebody on our telephone, and we got this guy. I don't know what his name is, but he couldn't breathe, and he lives in Birchwood Lakes, and he said to call the ambulance.
The girls gave Pike County Dispatcher Donna Post the information they'd gathered.
We have to write everything down, the name of the caller, their address, and if they're complicated directions, we have to write them also. So if you have an excited caller, that makes it difficult.
And he has a light on, and he said he couldn't breathe, and he's 82 years old.
All right, and he's 82 years old?
Yep.
He didn't get his name, did you?
No, he couldn't breathe. He couldn't talk a lot.
Okay, I'll send an ambulance out.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
She was a little excited, which is understandable, but she gave me the information I needed regardless. So it was very good. It enabled me to dispatch an ambulance without the name and without the man's phone number.
We wanted to call him back.
Press your dial.
We wanted to assure him that the ambulance is on the way and that he was going to be okay.
He was getting weaker, and so we just told him to hang in there, keep talking to us, don't move a lot, wait until the ambulance gets there.
Just stay by the telephone, you don't have to talk. And he said he's sorry for ruining my New Year's, and I said, you're not ruining my New Year's. And he said, thank you for helping me, because no one would have known I was here if you haven't called.
Are you okay?
He stopped breathing. I said, hang in there. Don't move. Keep talking to us. Don't fall asleep.
I decided, well, I'll call the girls back to see if they could remember anything else.
Hold on, I have no call. Don't hang up, okay? All right, just stay on the phone. Hold on. Hello?
I got Danielle, and she said that she had the man on the other line, which was great. I said, whoa, I couldn't believe my luck.
Bye. She told us to hang up with Mr. Denny because she wanted to speak to him.
This is Pike County Communications. He indeed was having a very difficult time breathing. I know this is going to be difficult, but I was worried that maybe he might pass out, so I wanted to try to keep him calm.
Okay, are you in pain?
It is very frustrating because you want to jump in there and try to help them because they're frightened, they're scared.
I was just sitting there really nervous and hoping that the ambulance would get there soon. It was very frustrating. We wanted to happen very quickly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know it's difficult. He was getting worse, and I was ready to tell the ambulance that they better expedite. But I didn't have to do that. They were there.
Among the Delaware Township volunteer rescuers who responded was EMT Joseph Kupcha.
What seems to be the problem?
He was experiencing a heart attack, and we realized that we had an emergency here, and we had to take the man to the hospital as soon as we could.
Mr. Denny,
The young ladies fortunately made a wrong number call to Mr. Denny, saved his life.
I called the girls back and I said that the ambulance had arrived and he was en route to the hospital. And of course, I thanked them for their help. They were very good.
I felt much better because now I knew that he was in good hands and he was going to get better. Then we turned on TV and the 1993 ball dropped.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It was the best New Year's I ever had.
82-year-old Daniel Denny was taken to the local hospital where he was treated for congestive heart failure. While he was there, doctors also discovered a small malignant tumor, which they successfully removed.
I was excited because I didn't know how he looked like. As soon as we walked in there, he just opened his eyes real wide and then he just started laughing.
My wife died in '85, and since then it's been pretty lonely.
Well, this is indeed a surprise.
I thought that I might pass away and nobody know anything about it for 3 or 4 days.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, would you
I don't have a grandfather, and I don't think the Herbs do too. Warm thoughts and good wishes are with you every day.
I have no grandchildren. I never will have any grandchildren. When Melissa asked me to be her grandfather, that was terrific. Huh? Can't say. I break up then. In high school, they shared it. So it always stuck with her all these years. I'm starting to get back to enjoy life, and I never realized I had so many friends, and now I've got a family of my own now too, you know, which I didn't have before.
I like when he's put the head down in the water. He's special because he's kind. He's also special because I saved his life.
Food?
Every time after I get done talking to him, he says, I love you. I go, I love you too.
Good. Yeah. What are you going to do in school? Be a cheerleader?
No.
Huh?
I feel proud of myself. I feel proud of Danielle. I feel proud of Melissa. We did something good, and we wouldn't forget that evening for our whole life.
He's very nice. He's so sweet. I'm not glad that this happened to him. I wish we met him in some other way, but I'm glad that we met him.
You ever thought it would come to this when you were on the telephone? Huh? Who were you trying to call anyhow? You don't remember?
Mr. Shapiro, step out of the car, please.